What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is the Memphis City's top 4. And on the left, we have myself, Josh Squeaky Marking, playing the Yveltal Zoroark Gallade deck. And on the right, we have Lewis Thompson playing the Manectric Crobat Wobbuffet deck, or the Manectric Wobbuffet Crobat, however you want to talk about it. And this is going to be an interesting matchup because we know that we play the Gallade, which can hit for weakness on the Manectric EX unless Lewis plays Flash Energy. Then we don't hit for weakness, and we don't play an Enhanced Hammer, so that could be bad. But let's see what happens turn 1. I mean, we have the Gallade in hand right now. Looks like we have a Trainer's Mail. It looks like we have an Ultra Ball. We might have the turn 1. I think I see double DCE, though. That could be very bad. Yeah, that's double DCE in my hand, which is never good to have turn 1. You don't want to discard all your DCEs. Now, we'll see what happens here. It's taking a second. We're just waiting to see what happens. Okay, there's a handshake, and lift started. Alright, so we see Lewis start with the Manectric EX, and we start the Yveltal. We Trainer's Mode, look at the top 4 cards of our deck, grabbing the Ultra Ball, and let's see if we can Ultra Ball. Probably Ultra Way a Gallade. I mean, most likely the Gallade. There's the Gallade and a Lysander. Alright, and let's see what we decide to grab here. We could grab Shaman, or we could grab Azora. Both of those we could put down automatically. Let's see what we decide to go with. I'm not even sure what I grabbed with here. And let's see, Lewis picks up the Gallade, which means good news for us, because if Lewis is picking up a Gallade, he probably doesn't know what that card does. Alright, we're going to put down a DC on the Yveltal. We're going to put down a Yveltal Shaman for 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, man, we have a third DC in our hand. Oh, no, that can't be good. Alright, double, an Acrobike, discarding the Dark. An Ultra Ball, discarding a Dark, and a Jirachi. And so probably get a Zora. Okay, Zora. And you notice I'm playing, probably not playing the right one. But everybody's like, why are you playing the wrong Zora? And I'm like, no, this is the right one. And they're like, what do you mean this is the right one? I'm like, this is the cute one. And of course, it's the right one. Alright, so let's start. We see a Zubat come down. We see a Lava Ball. Probably getting down another Zubat. I don't think he'd grab anything else. I don't think there's anything in his deck that has 90 HP or less. I could be wrong, but we'll find out together. No, another Zubat coming down, and we could see probably an Overrun doing 40 if he has a Muscle Band, then 80 and 20. We see another Zubat come down. A Wobbuffet. Headringer goes on Shaman, and Shaman up to 6. That's great. He Headringered our Shaman. Maybe we should attach the Floatstone last turn to Shaman. We see a Super Scoop Up Tails. See, Sycamore discarding his hand, draws 7 cards. Does Lewis get an energy or not to attack this turn? And let's see, there's a Lightning Age going to Manectric. And we'll probably see an Overrun 40. And where does the 20 damage go? Probably on the bench Zora. I mean, that's what I was thinking it'd go to. But I could be wrong. We'll see what Lewis decides to do. I got 40 and 20 to the Zora. Kind of putting pressure on Zora. If he gets down a Gallade, well, now he can't use it anymore. We see a DC go down Shaman. We see Lewis pick up the Zoroark, trying to read it. Dropping cards everywhere. But now the good thing about this is Lewis can't snipe our Zora, because if he put a Golbat and then a Zora and then a Overrun, he couldn't knock us out. We see a DC go down to Shaman. And we might just see a pass. Yep, so pass on to Lewis. So we don't really have that great the start. We see a Zoroark get rid of the DC off of Shaman. See Lewis bump into the camera. And we're kind of just draw passing right now. We don't really have anything. We see a Golbat coming down, put 20 onto that Zoroark. And a Super Scoop Up Tails. So Lewis is 0 for 2 on Super Scoop Ups right now, which is good for us. We need all the help we can get right now, because our hand is pretty bad. It's like a DC and a Floatstone. We see Lewis is contemplating an Ultra Ball, deciding, okay, he's going to discard a Zubat and an Escape Rope, getting another Shaman drawn up to 5. But I think the other card in his hand is a Golbat that he can put down right now to do 20 damage to the bench Zoroark and Shaman. Okay, maybe that's not a Golbat in his hand, because I imagine he would have put that down. Nope, no Zoroark, or no, yeah, that's no Golbat. I don't know what I was talking about. Training Mail for 4. And, doesn't get, okay, wait, what did he get? I don't think he grabbed anything. Maybe I'm seeing things. I don't think he grabbed anything. Okay, we see another Training Mail for Lewis. We got top 4. Getting a Muscle Band, so that way this Yveltal, or this Manectric will do 80. We see a Lava Ball, could get a Golbat, put 20 on the active, and this way it'll get knocked out with an Overrun. Oh, buddy. Alright, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're going to see a knockout on the Yveltal. At 20 to the Zoroark. or to the Zoroark, and we'll send it to Zoroark. Wow, so we got a Flowstone. Wow, so we got a DC Flowstone and a Max. He's drawn 5 cards. Alright, we get a Muscle Band as well. We get an Unknown, and we can actually Mind Jack and knock out this Manectric EX. We see a Zoroark Break coming down as well. So now it has 140 HP instead of 100, which is, you know, higher HP is better. And we see a Trainer's Mail. Oh, no, a Premonition, I think is what it was. Unknown, draw a card, Battle Compressor. Gonna discard probably a Lysander. There's a Hex Maniac, a Gallade, and a Judge, Gallade, and Sycamore. We must already have a Lysander in the discard. Oh yeah, we discarded turn 1. Duh. Alright. And we're gonna see a Mind Jack for the knockout. We'll do 180 total. Okay. So we take 2 prize cards. So now we're back in this. That top deck of a Maxis basically swung us back into the game. Alright, so we should be okay now, but maybe we'll find it together. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Headringer and a Zubat, and currently a Fly is attacking me, but I swatted it away. Okay, we see a Manectric coming down, and let's see, he needs to do 140 damage. If he Crobat, it put us to 90, another Crobat 120, and then an Overrun could knock us out. So let's see if he has all those 3 in his hand. He needs double Crobat and a Lightning Energy, and let's see what he does. A Verse Seeker, okay. Let's see what it gives it to Zoroark. Discarding a DC. I think that's our 3rd DCE being discarded, if I remember correctly. We just see a pass from Lewis. Alright. So on our turn. Let's see what we do. We have a Sycamore in our hand. Let's see. We're gonna Battle Compressor, thin our deck out some more. I think we either have like 2 to 3 DCs already discard. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many we've already discarded. I feel like it's 3. We're going to see discard a Ultra Ball, a Compressor, and another Dark Energy. Okay, another Ultra Ball. That seems fine. And let's see what we're going to do. We have a Lysander, so we could bring up Shaman, which we do right now. We're going to Premonition for 5. There's a DC on top of our deck, and we could, if we have, wrong way. Alright, so we see that we could have a DC next turn. And we're just gonna pass. Okay, so on the Lewis turn, let's see, does he have a way to treat the Shaman? If he doesn't, then we can potentially, you know, draw the DC and use it to knock out the Shaman. We see an Yveltal, we see a Verse Seeker grabbing a Sycamore. And he's going to Sycamore, drawing up to 7. Okay. And let's see what Lewis has. Does he have a way to treat the Shaman is a big question. He's got a Psychic Energy in his hand. He could put the Psychic Energy on the Shaman, retreat to Wobbuffet. Let's say Psychic Energy to Shaman, retreat to Wobbuffet. And, let's see, just a pass from Lewis. Alright, so our turn. We know we have the DC in hand. We'll Trainer's Mail for 4. And we know we have the Verse Seeker. Okay, so we can Verse Seeker, bring up that Manectric EX, and take a knockout on it, which is what we want to do. Bring up the Manectric EX, DCE, and we'll Premonition for 5. Look at the top 5 cards of our deck and try to put them in the way we want to. Now, what we have to worry about is another Zoroark from Lewis, getting rid of another DC Alpha, which is pretty crucial. But we'll take 2 more prize cards, going down to 2. And let's see what Lewis does. We see a Verse Seeker, and let's see if he goes for a Zoroark. So Zoroark discards the DC off the Zoroark. And let's see, he could put a Psychic Energy on the Wobbuffet, but that can't attack right now. Let's see, what is he contemplating right now? Let's see, we'll find it together. Now, we do have another Zora in our hand as well, so we could get another Zora potentially out and play later in the game. You see a Crobat put a 30 on the Gallade. You see another Crobat coming down, put 30 on the Gallade, bring it up to 60. And he has a Psychic Energy on Crobat. Nope, never mind, not on Crobat. Okay, Psychic Energy on the Wobbuffet. Retreat. And will we just see a pass? Yeah, pass from Lewis in our turn. Let's see, what can we do now? We can put down the Zora. We could Verse Seeker for Lysander or bring up a Shaman. But I don't know what that really does for us. I'm trying to remember how many DCs in the discard pile. There's either 3 or 4. There are a lot of DCs already in the discard pile because we started with at least 3. I know that for sure. I think we've already played 3. And I'm trying to contemplate, do we Verse Seeker or Lysander first? It looks like we're going to... I'd actually Verse Seeker for Lysander, bring up the Shaman. Okay, so we're going to bring up the Shaman. And then we're going to Premonition for 5. And, if we have a way to, like, Premonition for or trainers. Oh, that doesn't work anymore. We can what we can do right now. We can trainers bell. Put the or we can put the acrobike on near the top. That's I think that's what we're gonna do. Maybe not. I think we should do that. Okay, nope. We're going to see an AZ from Lewis. I must have just passed. I don't know why I did that. Because we should have. Trainer's Mill, grab the acrobike and try to hit a DC. We're going to see Shaman from Lewis. And he's got another Psychic Energy on this Wobbuffet. So you can Psychic Assault for the knockout. And go down to 3 prize cards. Or go down to 4 prize cards. Sorry about that. What has he discarded so far? Knocked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's only knocked out an Yveltal. There we go. Alright, so we see the Wobbuffet come up. And we're going to see a Level Ball. Probably getting another Zubat. Or maybe not. Lewis's deck is really thin already. So that's good news for us. It's always good for us. And let's see what happens. We see a Super Scoop Up. Super Scoop Up has been great to us so far. We see Lewis is deciding to use a dice instead of a coin. We see a Zubat coming down. Alright. And we will use Psychic Assault. It actually doesn't knock us out. It only does 6, 7, 8, or 7. Oh, we must have Psychic Resistance. There we go. We get a Zoroark down. We Trainer's Mill, getting an Acrobike. Alright. And let's see what we decide to do. We're Acrobike. Let's see what we get out of this. 1, 2. We'll grab a Dark Energy on the Zoroark, and we will Sycamore. Alright. And let's see. We'll probably just see a pass from us. Okay. So 12, 13. If Lewis gets down to Golbat, he can knock out this Zoroark in the active spot, but we can just promote the Yveltal with a Floatstone. So Golbat take a knockout on the Zoroark break. Sting of the Yveltal. So that's great that we had the Zoroark break because it made it where Wobbuffet does not knock us out, which is good for us. And let's see what Lewis does here. He could Psychic Assault and only do 30 damage. Let's see. We see another Super Scooper from Lewis trying to pick up that Crobat and Tails. So Lewis is like 1 for 4 on Super Scoop Ups this game, which is not great. I mean, it's good for us. We see a Verse Seeker from Lewis, and let's see what Lewis decides to do. Let's see, what is Lewis going to do here? He's looking at the discard pile, trying to decide what he's going to grab a Verse Seeker. And Lewis is still looking. And okay, so what's happening right now is Lewis has played the Verse Seeker, but he was trying to grab a Lysander, but there's no Lysander in the discard pile. So right now we're trying to have a debate. Is the Verse Seeker count as being played already or not? That's the big question. And I think we're asking the judge what happens here. Because he already played down the Verse Seeker. Does he have to grab a supporter card? Or can he opt to fail it and not grab a supporter card? And what's going to happen, and I think the judge says you have to take a supporter card out of your discard pile. I'm not sure. I think he was looking for Lysander to bring up maybe the Gallade to knock it out. I think that's what it was. If I remember correctly, that's what it was. But let's see. Lewis is debating right now. Just give us a second, and we'll get back into this. Okay, so he has to grab at least some kind of supporter card, which I think is the correct ruling. Let's see. We're still talking about it. Sorry about this. And the reason why I'm like arguing like I don't like he's already played it down is because we have win in game. Like I think we have win next turn. Like we can knock out a Shaman next turn. It's just why I'm like I don't know if I should allow him to take that or not. Because we have the Dark Energy and Lysander to knock out Shaman, but I'm like not sure what he wants to get either with a Verse Seeker, so I can't like contemplate like I mean it's such a weird arc situation. Like we're gonna see his Roasted come down, or maybe that's what he's gonna grab with the Verse Seeker. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Let's see what he gets with the Verse Seeker. Okay, so he gets those Roasted. Discard the Flowstone, and let's see. Let's see, what else does Lewis have here? Now, what we can do next turn is we can just Lysander up a Shaman, and we have a Dark Energy in our hand. We can knock out the Shaman, which is good for us. We see a Crobat coming down. Oh no, he evolved the Golbat this turn to knock out the Zoroark. We see 30 damage, we see a Flowstone, Dark Energy, Verse Seeker, or Lysander, break up the Shaman, and take a knockout. And I think that's why we didn't want... I'm not sure, like, if the Lysander would have made a difference or not. So I don't know. But I mean, game 1, we were dead drawing. Like we were for sure dead drawing, but we top decked that Maxis. Like our hand were like a DCE, Flowstone, Maxis, and we just like drew the Maxies like a boss, and we got the Gallade out and started just going crazy. And you can just see how strong Zoroark was. We really didn't attack with Gallade much. We just used a lot of Premonition. And if you don't know, Gallade has Premonition, which I was talking about over and over again, but I wasn't explaining it. And let's look at the top 5 cards of your deck and rearrange them. We saw we play this deck in a couple of games already. And let's see what happens this game. Hopefully we get the turn 1 Gallade. Okay, see Lewis is going to put out a Pokemon. Never mind. Alright. We both get 6 prize cards. And let's start this game. We start with Yveltal. He's got the Wobbuffet. And we see a Manectric come down, Zubat, and a pass from Lewis. On to our turn. Let's see, we got double Battle Compressor. So we'll put down Unknown, Battle Compressor. Discarding probably a Dark, a Maxie's, a Gallade, and another Gallade. We're going to Battle Compressor again. Discarding a Hex Maniac, Sycamore, and maybe a Dark Energy. We haven't discarded one yet. Or a Lysander. So we see double Compressor coming in really clutch right now. So a Lysander, Sycamore, and a Dark Energy. Alright. And what else do we have here? What else do we got? Maybe we'll have a Turbo Maxis. I really don't know what happened. Muscle Band, Dark Energy, and just a Blitwing for 50. Alright, so on the Lewis turn, neither one of us played a support card. Golbat come down. And let's see, 20 onto the Yveltal, pass from Lewis. Trainer's Mail for 4. We get down the Verse Seeker. Oh man, can we get a turn 2 Gallade? Let's find out together. We can Dark Energy, Muscle Band, the Unknown, Verse Seeker. For the Gallade, or for the Maxis, get out the Gallade. And there we go. Alright, we get a baby Yveltal down. And there's me showing that I have the Maxis. Alright. Okay. So there we go. And we're going to Acrobite getting discarding the Ultra Ball, I think. And we have a DC in our hand next turn to Lysander up. Maybe the Manectric with the Gallade. We'll do another 50 damage to the Wobbuffets. And things are going our way right now. We see Lewis has a Lysander. Going to bring up that Gallade, which is great for us. We have the DCE Verse Seeker for the Lysander that Manectric, and we can hit it for 260 damage. So taking the first 2 prize cards. On a Lewis turn, gets a Zubat, and you're gonna see it's gonna go downhill real quick for Lewis. He brings up the Yveltal, full stone the Yveltal, bring up the Gallade. We're going to knock it out. And on the Lewis turn, he has a Golbat and a Zubat, and things are going downhill quickly. We see a 30 damage going down to Unknown. A Muscle Band going on to Zubat, or the Golbat. And all he has in his discard pile is a Verse Seeker, Manectric, Lysander, and a Lysander. He's looking at Unknown to see what it does. He's going to Lysander, bring that guy up, but we have a Dark Energy on it, so we can't just automatically retreat it. Alright, so on our turn, we Trainer's Mail. We're looking for a supporter card, so that way we can actually use, have the full tower with Gallade. And, we're seeing Premonition for 5. Let's see how we decide to put this. Looking at our hand, looking at our... Okay, so we put... what was happening? Oh, we Trainer's Mail for Ultra Ball. There we go. Okay, that's what we did. Okay, so we Trainer's Mail for Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball discarding an Yveltal EX and a Yveltal, getting out a Zora, so that way we can use the Zoroark Break. Or regular Zoroark. We see a retreat into the Yveltal, and we attach an energy for our turn. And we're going to Blitwing for 50 and probably put the energy on the Zora. So that way we have a Zoroark and a Gallade ready to attack next turn. And on the Lewis turn, we see a Super Scoop Up maybe. Yep, Super Scoop Up. And it's a Tails, so no Super Scoop for Lewis. And let's see what he does here. I mean, he's not going great for Lewis. This is not what you want to see in the top 4 of a city championship. He's going to Lysander, bring up that Unknown. We see, let's see what we can do here. Put a Dark Energy on the Yveltal. We get down to Zoroark. We will stand in. And, well, Premonition for 5. Okay. Putting the Trainer's Mail on top, I think is what we did. Retreat this Zoroark, and we will Blitwing for the knockout. Or not Blitwing, Darkness Blade. And there we go. We take a victory in the top 4. I mean, Lewis, literally had all 4 Verse Seekers and a Lysander with no supporter. That kind of stinks, but we saw game 1. We took a win in top 4. And in the second round, we kind of just... Lewis didn't really have anything, but we got the turn 2 Gallade, which is great for us. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this Memphis City's top 4. And in the next round, we'll have the finals. We'll see myself play in the finals. What will happen? Will I win the whole Memphis City Championship or not? Who knows? We'll find out together in the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And we'll see you in the next video. Alrighty. Bye.